They said my stone wall was ugly, that it ruined the natural look of the mountain view. But I didn't build it for decoration, I built it for safety. My house sits on the edge of a steep slope, and with all the rain lately, I knew the soil was weak. The retaining wall was approved by the city, professionally built, and doing its job perfectly. But the HOA, especially Karen, the president, thought it clashed with her idea of a uniform aesthetic. She called it an eyesore and demanded I take it down. I refused, of course. That wall was the only thing holding back the mountain. But one afternoon, while I was at work, they did the unthinkable. They removed the wall without telling me. Karen later smugly said, "It's better for property value." I warned them it was a bad idea, but they just rolled their eyes. A few days later, as storm clouds gathered, I felt something was wrong. That night, heavy rain pounded the slope. Around midnight, I heard a deep, growling noise like the mountain itself was angry. I looked outside and saw it. The slope began to move. In seconds, a landslide roared down the hill, crashing straight into the brand-new glass clubhouse. The HOA had just finished building, right where my wall had stood. Mud, trees, and rocks crushed the structure like paper. I saw Karen and the board members screaming, covered in mud, running for their lives. It was chaos. Emergency crews came. The clubhouse was declared a total loss. The very next day, Karen came to my door, soaked and shaking, and quietly asked if I'd be willing to rebuild the wall at their expense. I agreed, but only after they signed a legal agreement, that they'd never touch my property again. A week later, I discovered something shocking. The HOA didn't even have the legal right to remove the wall. What they did was a serious violation, and I had every right to sue. Instead, I let the mountain do the talking. They learned the hard way. Sometimes ugly saves lives. Now every time it rains, they look up at that slope with fear in their eyes. If it were your home, would you have let them take the wall down?